technique. So as I mentioned, that is all in there. High Priestess is available if you have any questions and things like that while you are going through that self-study session. And you go ahead and check that out. You go to melanatedimmortals.com/courses. And yeah, there's also still a discount. So you can use the discount code as well. And that is Divine9, Divine, and the number 9. So you can use that if you're going to go take advantage of that course. Okay, let me get to the next slide. My slides is a little slow. Just give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. All right. So we do have the Day at a Time event that is coming like tomorrow. But yes, there is still some more dates coming up for any of the meetings if you are interested in helping, assisting, and doing any help in regards to this event. So I know there was one that was just passed that was on July 5th. The next one coming up is July 12th. And as you see, they're all at the same time. So it does begin at 1:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it usually ends around 2:22, if not too much longer after that. But that is the meeting. So if you are interested, please reach out. There is the link. So if you want to join, you can go there, take a screenshot, but it is mimic.adobeconnect.com/DOOT, day at a time. So yes, all hands on deck is needed. And the event planner, the beautiful Priestess Mutmayat Nefer Habibullah, she does an amazing job putting these events together and getting it all in order as she does her thing. But yes, if you are interested, even if you're not able to attend and you would like to assist in any way, you can always contact her and go to yogini9@synchronistichuman.com. And for any of other information and details and things like that, you can go to the website, and that is synchronistichuman.com. So that is coming up. And yeah, reach out if you are and can do anything at all. And then with that, we have another event coming up. And this one right here is just to save the date, just so you don't forget. You can kind of pin that in your phone or however you remember these important dates. So this one is the 260 Galactic Melanated Gods and Goddesses Convergence. So this one is coming up in fall, the equinox 2025, and it will be in the Georgia mountains. So this is a sacred call for galactic unity and power on Earth. So just a few things. You really have to be there to get all of the everything that is involved in when you get there and feel all the energy. But however, there is nature walk, sound baths. I know big thing coming is the Melanin Frequency Sigil Chant and Earth Sutra. I'm excited for those. So yeah, if you want to just keep up and RSVP kinda and just get all that information, go to melanatedimmortals.com/events and look for the convergence information there. But yes, we will be networking with everyone being around in that beautiful environment. So hopefully you save this date. Well, yeah, this is just so you know it's going to be around the fall equinox of 2025 and be right in the Georgia mountains. So hope we will all be there connecting and see you there. We have this womb evolution, she who remembers divine feminine coaching with High Priestess. So I believe she got some few calls and she said, you know what, let me get this together. And she did what she did. So she said, she who journeys, and that is a 3-month private rebirth journey. There's also she who rises, and that is the wise woman's path for Black women 50 up. Entering their second womb season, Ashe. And she who remembers, and that is the circle of a 6-week group rebirth journey. So if any of this sounds really, really amazing. But if you want to find out any more information, you have any questions or anything like that, you can always reach out to High Priestess herself, and get the information, ask questions, and even just sign up and get that. So that is High Priestess at melanatedimmortals.com. If you want to send over a text to her and kind of get something right away so you can speak with her, you can go and text her. That phone number is 240-556-6837. And you can also just go to the website, and that's melanatedimmortals.com/womb evolution. So that there is something that you would like to do. And I should just put this out. So definitely reach out if you are interested. So we have here, just if you want to send over donations and love offerings, please do so. That is going to the Cash App, and that's $Urban Mayat. And that's also paypal.me/Mayat Foundation. And yes, anything, $1, $5, $10, $100, it all goes a very long way. And keeping up the platform and the events and so much more as the mission continues. So yeah, we can do that. And then also, we will never forget Neb Taharka. He's such a big part of Mimic as well. So all of donations to him as well. So that is his Cash App is $Blue Storm 239. And he is just amazing. He keeps going and going, and just send over some love to him as well. So I believe that is the end of the announcements. I do thank you all for joining us this evening. I'm excited. Now I sound like High Priestess because she's always excited, and I am as well. But I'm excited to get into this Melanin Frequency, and I send love. And I'm gonna go ahead and yield the mic and let High Priestess do what she does. And with that said, we're gonna get right into it. Thank you so much, and peace. Love y'all.
The High Priestess of Mimic who pulled me in. The High Priestess of Mimic who pulled me in. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness. The High Priestess of Mimic who pulled me in. Amen. The High Priestess of Mimic who pulled me in. Amen. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness. Amen.
All right. Greetings. Can I be heard? If you can indicate in the chat if I am being heard. Hello. All right. That's what's up. Okay. All right. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Melanin Frequency Vigil. Thank you so much, Star Ken 122, for being our hostess this evening, and definitely do give thanks to you for holding a vigil as a hostess on this platform. That's what's up. And so thank you for bringing the spirit into the room and doing everything that you do. So yes, give thanks. And so thank you all for being present here. I know we've been flip-flopping platforms and things like that, but we don't get it together. So yes, very exciting time and space that we're in. And we're just out here doing our thing here. As you know, we are closing out year 6 of the melanin frequency, and that is just really amazing. We have been transmitting this frequency since the fall equinox of 2019, and we have not missed a step. And so, very excited about moving into finishing out this year strong. Let me say that. Finishing out the year of divine power on earth strong, and then moving into this next frequency and going into year 7. So, yep. Excited. All right. Let's get into it. So, around this time in July of 2020, we transmitted this frequency that says we will always have clean. Oops, I can't see it. Hold on 1 second. I have this bar right in front of it. Let me give it that. We will always have, okay. We will always have clean water and pure food. We will always have clean water and pure food. We will always have clean water and pure food. And so, as we transmitted this frequency, again, this was almost 7 years ago. Well, it was 5, going on we're in our 6th year here of the melanin frequency. And so when we transmitted this frequency, there was, I think, was COVID here yet? COVID was here, right? July 2020, I think so, right? Because it came around the end of 2019, before the melanin frequency, but somewhere around this time. So when we transmitted this frequency, it's loaded, right? This thing is loaded. This is not just something that says, oh yeah, this is a nice to have. No, it's a frequency and it's a transmission that we put on top of melanin, that we put on top of emotion. And so let me break that down and how that works. I do have a video called Melanin and Emotion that I put out. I don't know when that was, 2017, 2018. I can't remember. But it's somewhere. If you're on YouTube, it's somewhere I think it's on the Melanin Frequency YouTube page. But anyway, let's go to melanin and what is melanin. Melanin is a metaphysical element. It is a neurotransmitter, a neural receiver, a polymer, and a neural transducer. So that means that it can send and receive things through neurons or through etheric. What's a neuron? What is it attached to? It's not just physical, right? What makes a neuron fire up? What makes, right, everything fire up in the body? You have to give it something. You have to put something in motion. Emotion, right? So if melanin is attached to that, it's attached to emotion. And so, you guys have heard me say this before, is that when you speak something and you mean it, and you have some emotion, joy, ecstasy, anger, pain, right? These different types of frequencies there, but they all put things in motion, right? You want to attach something to that brings back, that fires up a neuron, a neural transmitter, a neural receiver, a neural transducer, and make it stick. So we don't want to make it stick that the food is so effing bad. Like, I'm not saying it's not. But wouldn't it be better if we got fired up? We got angry about the food and we said we will always have clean water and pure food. We will always have it. by any means necessary. And we put all of our neural transmitting melanin frequency behind that. Now, what's going to happen? What happens when we put that kind of divine power on earth behind this frequency that says we will always have clean water and pure food? Now, let's break down what it means to have clean water. That means the ocean's got to be cleaned up, right? Why is that? We don't drink ocean water, right? But most of the water that's in the air comes from the ocean, what we breathe, right? So it has to be clean, because what happens? It drops down into the earth. It gets filtered through the mountain streams, right? And forms our drinking water. It needs to be clean, not full of plastic. Now, what has happened since we put this frequency out? Scientists discovered a fungus that eats plastic. So nature, what's natural, has determined that we are always going to have clean water and pure food. Nature decided that. They said the same thing. We are in alignment. It says, you speak it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to create a fungus that's going to eat all this plastic, because, you know what I'm saying? This is just ridiculous. I had a job to do. I have a responsibility. I'm accountable. This is the earth speaking. I'm accountable for the air quality. I'm going to do something about this. These guys don't know what they're doing. I can show them better than I can tell them. That I'm a divine entity. That I decide. Right? So I'm going to clean this air up. Fungus is going to go in here and clean the water. And it's going to clear the waters so that we will always have clean water and pure food. Now, let's look at this in our day to day. So that sounds great, right? We pumped up spiritually. We pumped up in our frequencies. We got our melanin on popping and everything. It's all ready to neurologically transmit and receive this frequency. Now, once we put that in motion, now the question is, what's going to happen? We say, well, do we have authority over our food and our water right now? I don't know about y'all, but I just went to the grocery store. Right? I just went to the grocery store and got me some things. The question that I have is, are we willing? How far are we willing to go for this frequency? Are we willing to all decide that within the next 260 spin or the next year, no matter what, we're going to grow at least one thing that we consume? Tomatoes, some leaf lettuce, some cucumbers. And doesn't matter where you live. It don't matter if you rent out a room or you own a mansion or a farm. Right? You can have a little hydroponic planter right in a small space. Are we willing to make that commitment? To take control over what we are eating, so that we will always have pure food and clean water? Are we willing to make a plan and a lot of us already do this anyway, right? To get a simple water filter on our showers, our sinks. If you are able to get a whole house one, so that you have divine authority over your food and your water, right? Here's another thing. I know, right? People bless and they pray over their water. Let me add something in addition to that. Let me also just expand what you already do. Send a free when you know you are about to go out to eat, even if you're just going through a drive-through or something, I'm no judgment, no shame on whoever does what. Send out a frequency so strong to the people who are preparing your food, right? So that a tired worker is not the one preparing your food, a happy one. I walked in, I went to Food Lion, and everybody was, just kind of dragging, it was like being in the Matrix. And there was one sister, I don't know, she seemed like she was the greeter. And she was just happy and she was speaking to everyone. Hey, how you doing? And I made sure, people just kind of rolling past her like, and I made sure I spoke to her. I said, yeah, see, somebody like that, if I were in a restaurant, this is somebody I would want to prepare my food. You always want that person. You speak authority, not just over when you receive the food, before you get it. Send it out to the people that are handling the produce that you're going to get when you go into the grocery store. There's stories about what happens in the back rooms, right? Send a frequency that the people that are, because these people in these restaurants and stuff, they are making below minimum wage, I think, or very, close to it. But anyway, not enough for them to be just as happy as that greeter. But when you come in there, oh man, they just got a bonus. They found some money on the ground. They got a text message from their boo thing or something, and it just made them happy, and they just want to clean their area for some reason. Before you come in there, they want to clean everything up. Put fresh food out that was just cut up by the one that's smiling and cheesing over the food. Put a frequency out so strong that everything that you take in is always clean and pure. And that includes the energy of the folks that prepared it. That's just an expansion. Have your physical form so in alignment. You guys have heard me say this before, right? I don't necessarily pray or bless my food. I bless my body, so that whatever comes into it, it takes on my frequency. It gets expanded. I'm not going down. Now there are some things, like I said, I say this all the time. There's some things that's just for entertainment. I tell my body that, this is for entertainment purposes. But let me tell you about those things that are just for entertainment purposes. My body also said, okay, all right, you can have this little bit of whatever this is, right? Them vegan jelly beans that you like. I like them vegan jelly beans, right? I do. You can have these, but it does also let me know when enough is enough. We good. And then I just don't want it anymore. I don't have no craving for it. I don't want it. Matter of fact, I look at it Like right now, if I want, I had some vegan jelly beans I think it was last heptad I had some, right? Now I look at them, ooh. So I'm not saying just say, oh, well, you mean I can control my body like that and everything can be for entertainment purposes? Yeah, but we're in a collaboration with the physical form. This is our physical form. And so it likes things, it likes to always have clean water and pure food. Jelly beans, pure food. I don't think they grow on trees. So I'd be like, come on, high priestess. Come on, man. Lay off some jelly beans. Right? Expand your frequency. This is the year of divine power on earth. We are a species of the creator. We can go further. We can do more. We can be stronger. And this is not to overtake or override. I always say this. Anyone else, you put the strength on you. You're so strong. Your frequency that you send it out because you're always going to have clean water and pure food. So automatically, what happens when you are putting that frequency out is when you go sit down, you get some food. I don't care where you going. You in the bus station, eating a bag of chips. It's clean water and pure food when it gets to you. Send out a frequency to the people in the factories. Make sure they clean the machines. Every time, whatever package you get, it's when it's on the schedule of when those machines are their cleanest. When the inspectors, right after the inspectors come or before they come, they spray that thing down and ain't nothing on it. It's like it's brand new. And for some reason, that's the bag of chips you pick. And then begin a process. How far do you want to take this? Right? To when I get on here, if I ask the question, like, let me ask the question. I'm just going to ask. How many people in here grow their own food? Go and put it in the chat. If you grow your own food, put the Ashe in the chat. Let me see. Do 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 do. All right, Ashe, Robin. Ashe. Just Robin. Anybody else? Mama Tahita must not be on here. 221 must not be on here. Because we know some folks. Okay. I love it. That's Star. She's in the host position, so she's coming in. Okay. Oh, okay. Living a live life. Ashe. Oh, that's 221. Okay. I'm about to say they must not be on here. Okay. So let's make it a point that everybody on here says that, including me. I haven't done it. I've been saying it and been about to gonna do it. But after this session and then going into tomorrow, in the cosmology, we are moving into the portals, or we're moving into the energy of the portals and going into the wave spell of life force. And I don't think I can do this frequency justice anymore if I don't just put a hydroponic. I can do it. I have several places I can grow food, right? Just choose one thing. Tomatoes, lettuce, right? You can holler at 221. He can probably, and Mama Tahita, they can tell you something very simple. Like at 221, what would you suggest for people who are interested in doing that? And let's say for people who do have access to growing it in the ground, and then those who don't. I know you all do things seasonally, but what's something for beginners? And we hope to hear more from Brother 221 and Mama Tahita at the Melanin Frequency Convergence, where they can, take us through some of this, right? There we go. Okay. Thank you, Robin. Okay. Cucumbers are easy. Yeah. Okay. Tomatoes, greens, and cucumbers. I was thinking about greens because that's what I eat all the time. So I was thinking about greens and tomatoes. So yes, let's all, the next time we come around, we literally have a whole year before we get back to this frequency next year. And let's be able to say tomatoes and peppers. Okay, I say let's be able to say that all of us have taken this to the next level, right? Mentally, spiritually, and physically. Mentally and spiritually, we're putting the ashe on the people that are handling our food. We're putting the ashe on the manufacturer, the people that are working those machines, the farmers, right? If we're eating processed food, like I said, the ones who are processing the food, we putting the ashe on it before it gets to us. You ever had a situation where, let's just say you're going to grab a bag of chips. The first one you go to grab, it falls on the floor. Now it don't break, right? But that package falls on the floor, and you grab the next one. You want to keep that in mind, right? When you are selecting your packages from the grocery store. Especially if you are radiating and you're putting this frequency out. Clean water and pure food. The water spill over, let it spill. They say we don't need no water. Let them go burn, right? Right? Let it. Pay attention to that, because you have been on here this whole time saying, oh yeah, Ashe, we always had clean water and pure food. And energy says, yep. The melanin frequency that you radiate says, yes, you will. Even under the circumstances or the conditions that you're in. But I would like you to take it a little further this time. Grow something. And I know those who grow food, they're going to say this. It's contagious, ain't it? When you start growing your own food. And you get that, because I've done it before. That's how I know. Right? And you start seeing, I had a garden, I was new at it. The only thing that made it past the rabbits and the deer were the we had a few watermelons that they didn't get to, and we had mustard greens. For some reason, they don't like mustard greens, right? But I cooked them mustard greens. They were so good, right? It's contagious. When you see that you put something in there and it came out and it's beautiful, because especially if you go and you're communing with it, you're talking to it like you talk to your plants. Right now, I'm not the person with a green thumb. I got the easy plant, but I talk to that plant. The plant that don't need a whole lot of water. I forget what it is, but the leaves grow like in vines and everything. And you can tell when it needs water because it starts to curl up, but it will tell me. And say, no, not that much. Because I made a mistake one time where there was a little leaf coming up out of the bottom, And I looked at the dirt and I said, "Oh, it's dry." And I just, and I put too much water, and that one didn't come up. And I kept apologizing. They was like, "Yeah, okay, you all right? We gonna spring up another one." And then they were, and I look at it, they say, "Don't," I look at it every day. They say, "Don't put no water in here," don't do it. But what if your food talks to you like that? Yeah, you know. So let's take it on. Let's remember this frequency, right? I would love now to open up the mics here for anyone who would like to speak on this about how they actualize divine power on earth with this frequency. I'm going to put a link in here and you can come to the stage if you like. Let's see. Ashe, 240. Yep. Yep. Your body can tell. You can even, you can use your body as a dowsing rod. Literally. I mean, it is. It's Ashe. Ashe. All right. I put a link there for anyone. Yeah, Robin, it does. It tastes better when you make it yourself. Ashe. All right. I got 141. I'm gonna add you to the stage.
Okay.
And 141, go ahead. I yield the mic.
Okay. Am I being heard?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So this is a topic that I've been thinking about a lot. Um, I had previously like lived in apartment where I had a balcony where I had my lettuce growing, I had tomatoes, I had my lemon balm and chives and strawberries and things. And I was really thinking about, like with the price of groceries, I don't see a lot of people growing their own food, and I was talking to a brother that I work with the UNIA. We work together with business plans and whatnot. And I've had this idea of how to get people growing their own food. And so we're working on like a whole business plan of how to get into the communities and find something that's cost efficient. And I literally, it had to be either yesterday or this dawning where I decided that we were going to change a scope of what we were going to be doing. And we're literally going to go around and see if we can help people start gardens, and I don't limit it to, he's like the backyard. And I'm like, you got a whole yard, you got the front and the back, why can't we utilize all the land space that we have to be able to grow our own food, And so it's vital that we, provide ourselves with our own food. And so that was just my thought. And another thought that I had, this is, a little bit different because I know you were talking about eating the junk food, but like this is restaurant here in Dearborn. It's called Umburger, and I know I shouldn't be eating it or nothing like that, but I had dropped a chicken nugget, and so when I was cleaning my room, I'm like, oh, I got to get this chicken nugget that fell. And so there were like little caterpillars and like little different bugs that had been, eating it, like holes and stuff. And I'm like, well, at least the bugs are eating it. Cause I'm thinking like, what if it was it was vegan or whatever, but I was thinking like, what if it was like a chicken nugget from like McDonald's or a hamburger or something? There would have been, there would have been no type of insects that would have even touched it. I don't even think it would have started to, to what do you call it? I can't think of the word when it starts to break down. But and so I just really think about, how we eat, and how unclean it is, especially here in America, and how vital it is for us to make sure that, we're doing all that we can to make sure that we are, taking care of our vessels. All right. Peace and love.
All right, Ashe, Ashe. That's it right there. Yes, at least the bugs were eating it. So that's what's up. It was decaying. So that's dope. Ashe, and yeah, give thanks to the UNIA for putting that on. It's time. It's time for that. Ashe. All right. 221. I'm gonna bring you to the stage.
All right. Peace, family. Can I be heard?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. I'm is Ken 221, Red Cosmic Dragon. I endure in order to nurture transcending being. I seal the input of birth with the cosmic tone of presence. I'm guided by the life force. Um, and all of this is literal. I met a life force at a water well. I'm talking about clean water. Uh, I met Mama Tahita at a farm that had clean water on there, full of silica, calcium, and magnesium. Those are the minerals. Those are the minerals of the fountain of youth. Basically, they strengthen your bones, beautify your skin. Yeah, basically the fountain of youth, and that's where we met. When she introduced me to this teaching and told me, "Oh, you're Red Cosmic Dragon. I'm your guide." I didn't know what she was talking about. And she showed me a symbol of a red cosmic dragon. And the first thing I saw was a water well. I didn't see a dragon. The symbol looked like a water well to me. And she didn't really see it, but that's what I said. Um, I spent a year studying under a farmer and a forager, and I leaned more to the foraging uh, aspect of it. Since Mama Tahita is a farmer, her hands is in the dirt. She's planting and harvesting. She's seeing it all the way through. And we eat something that she grew every single day. As a forager, I remember when she and I first met. Uh, I was out in the farm, and I made a little video because I was picking some turmeric leaves. In the game with the turmeric leaves are more nutritious than the turmeric roots. Turmeric leaves, why? Because the leaf has everything the root has in it, but it also has chlorophyll because it's out in the sun. The root is in the ground. But the reason you don't know about turmeric leaves is because they can't send that to market. As soon as you cut this turmeric leaf, it begins to die. So if you cut a turmeric leaf today and leave it on the counter tomorrow, is wielding away. So they can't make money with that. They can only make money with the roots. But I made a little video cutting some turmeric leaves, and she didn't send back no emoji or something like that. She said, ask permission first, right? Like communicate with the food. The earth is alive. The plants are alive. Show some respect. Send, pay forward, or what do we call it? Um, Not forgive, but yeah, pay it forward. Speak your intentions, ask permission before you enter in. It made sense. It made sense to me. So yeah, you got to be, as we're evolving, that's what we're evolving into. We're purging ourselves from the plastic matrix, being totally disconnected from reality. And then you gotta plunge back in to the water, to the earth, and then and see uh all of the living entities as living entities, and that they are really in submission to the prayers or the thoughts or the words or the wind that we send forth. They're in congruence with it if it's right. um Everybody should learn plants that are that grow without our hands. You got, based on our prayers, based on our needs. The need is the seed. That should be easy for you to hold on to. The need is the seed. So that need produces certain plants that don't need you to even plant it. The seeds are so lightweight that the wind carry them where they need, where you are, right? And they land where you are, and they take root and they grow up where you are. They're not plants that can be harvested and taken to market. They're not going to last a day or two. They're only good right then. When you go to it, speak your intention to it, and then take it, internally, or make it into something that you can put on externally. All this exists for the gods. And if you're on this call, you're on that frequency. Yeah, and this is just a beautiful teaching. The way that it's taught, you're in the right place at the right time. I share a little experience about the synchronicities of things, and calling things into existence, making things what you desire it to be. As High Priestess was speaking on, we were in the studio Monday, Monday, and Mama Tahita is fundraising for the for WRFG on Mondays between 10 and 12 a.m. You all should tune in sometimes. And she takes whatever she do, she's dedicated to it, and like crazy dedicated to it, whatever she's into. So she's in fundraising mode. And we had just been to at an event, and I was listening to some the people who were emceeing it. They had their radio voice and they were talking like this. And so I got on her radio show. She, your thoughts, Cedar, what say you? And I got on there and I'm clowning around. Yeah, this is my new radio voice. And so like, she looking at me cross-eyed, like, look, we need to raise some money. Right. And I'm hearing her wish is my command. Right. But I'm literally monkeying around, which is my antipod. It's my gift and my challenge. And generally I'm monotone and stuff like that. And I'm monkeying around. She's like, we need these phones to ring, brother. You know what I mean? I need you to be serious. And I'm monkeying around, and so I pull out my phone and I ring the phone. Right. And she looking at me like, well, I really need these phones to ring. Next thing you know, the phone rings. Phone rings, and she had promised, whoever called and makes a donation, she would give them, a reading, right? And this person happened to be Kin 235, right? The first person who called, which is the magnetic eagle, which is the beginning of a wave spell, right? The next person that called was a magnetic Kin 131, right? A magnetic monkey. All right, so you got two magnetics, two blues, right? What a coincidence, right? That ain't no coincidence. That's a synchronicity. She called it. She wished it, and I was there to help her to get people to call in and to answer the phone. And the two people who called in were both blue, both magnetic. And when you combine their kins, their kins is 106, which is the beginning of the portals. And I was like pretty much blown away. And I'll end it right there. I loved it. Here's some commentary from the High Priestess on, what she sees in that piece.
I say. Yeah, I was over here cracking up. That's how you playing around with that. Yeah, that's dope. I mean, you put it out there with the synchronicities of how those things were coming in when you were saying uh that combined kin leading us into the portals and the world bridge, and excuse me, that's the world bridger, right? Opening up the opportunities. That's on point. That's on point. But give thanks for your share. And like I said, we're hoping to hear more from you on that foraging and all of that during the convergence. So give thanks for dropping all of that on us. We thank you so much. All right, all right, all right. So anyone else have anything to share? Let me put the link back in here for one more. All right. Going once, going twice. Give y'all a second. If anyone else wants to share on this frequency. All right. I do thank you all for your reflections. They were awesome. I love the topic and definitely the reflections that I was getting in the chat. Also, Ken 141 and Ken 221 who shared their reflections on that. We want you to stay with us for a second as we bring in this frequency. Everything that you received from expanding what you are already doing, some new thoughts, some new neurons may have popped in, some new thought patterns that you can now add to your ability to neurotransmit, transduce, and neural receptors have been opened up to receive more. We want to remember that we are closing out this year strong of divine power on earth. That is the year that we're in the melanin frequency. And as cosmic legacy holders, we actualize divine power on earth. As cosmic legacy holders, we actualize divine power on earth. And as cosmic legacy holders, we actualize divine power on earth. Let's just take a moment here to focus in on the symbol that we are using for the melanin frequency. This symbol, it is a Taurus. It represents the ever-evolving nature of the universe and how it is always upgrading and influencing itself. And so we want to just take a moment here and focus in on this symbol. And I want to give me 1 second here. I got something I forgot to do was to put in our meditation music here. Let me see. Star, do we have anything in here? I know I'm asking. Let me see. I don't think we do, but this is what we're going to do. That's okay. We make our own. We inner chant. All right. So I'll make sure I have it in here for the next one. You want to just take a moment. Let's take 3 deep breaths. You want to inhale deeply as you are focusing right on the center of the symbol, and then exhale. One more time, keep your eyes locked right on the center. You may start to see it looks like it's moving. If you've been looking at this for a while, you may start to see colors in it. That's okay. Keep your eyes focused right in the center. Inhale and exhale. Focusing on sacred geometry, as you know, it does increase the neural activity in the brain, which then increases the neural activity throughout the body. It sends signals into all of the cells. It increases our neurologic transmissions, receptors, all throughout the body. Keep focusing on the center. As you are focusing on the center, all of the thoughts the advancements, the expansion, your intentions based on this frequency, to send out your frequencies for the manufacturing plants, for those who serve you in restaurants and food trucks and everywhere that you go to receive your food, that you will always have clean food, clean water, and pure food. Keep focusing on the center. Again, one more. You want to expand that out so that just the thought of you getting up and going to the store shifts the energy of those who are preparing the food. It gives them the blessings that they need to be happy and whole as they are doing their jobs. Exhale. One more inhale. You want to remember your intention to grow your own food wherever you are. And to make it simple, just start with one and then the next and the next and the next. And by the time we have this frequency again next year, all of us will say that we always have clean water and pure food. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. And with that, it has definitely been my honor and my pleasure. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Hotep.
Immortal. Yeah. Came out the portal, immortal into a human body. I've been existing way before the earth had Anunnakis. Intergalactical battles, intergalactical travels, infinitely going through stars. The universe will unravel all of its secrets. Peep it, I'm starting to leak it. Time for truth is coming 100, it's time to seek it. Expanding my perception through the spectrum of light. I'm going in with spectrum and the shit's out of sight. We indigo children, yeah, we building frequencies through the ceiling. Penetrating through reality, a marvelous feeling. Regardless, we're healing these humans that be claiming we demonic. The resonance goes over their heads, we super cosmic. Your logic is ignorance mixed with fear in your thinking. My pineal gland is flooded, son, that shit don't be blinking. Sinking into your subconscious like a song with no words. The way I come up with these symbols of letters is absurd. Hey yo, my rhymes are like angelic beings. The shit is freeing, so pure that if you were born blind, I'll have you seeing. Breathing in a multi-dimensional light so captivating. Double helix is nonsense, so what I'm activating, feel the power from within, seeping right through my skin. From the earth into my feet as it goes up to my chin. It got me grinning, rotation like spirals, my music spinning. I told you that I don't be playing, still I'm always winning. Fibonacci to the haters, curve them right to the side. They don't understand the energy, it comes from inside. So inside is what I master, used to be a disaster. Now I'm gladly elevating to a whole new chapter. Yeah, I'm giving birth to a whole new style. I incarnated through New York, yeah, I rep Long Island. Don't get it twisted though, I'm truly repping this earth. I came to free all these humans and show you all what you're worth. Immortal. Yeah, raising your frequencies one soul at a time. As I pass this mic to my boy Spectrum, yo Spectrum, light that up, kid.
They tried to tell me I'm mortal, I told them I was immortal. They asked me what makes me different, I asked them what makes you normal. I just followed my morals and I unfollowed the formal. Hopped on a track with crews, now we straight cruising through portals. I download the Metatron, I'm reversing it till I'm dead and gone. If you think I'm dope, then you said it wrong. Not trying to flex, but I'm hella strong. Mine did things you never seen. When I say mine, you know what I mean. I'm the most when I'm in my mode, and y'all average is like the mean. I really didn't mean to go intervene. I'm the middleman, chilling in between. You should do the math, we ain't keeping score. But I just hit a 3.14. I cook it up, make it look easy as pie. I'm moving in silence and seeing the sign. I am the G. If you remove me, all you gon' see is your sins. This is a big game of six. The simulation is breaking again. I'm taking control, creating my soul. And if the truth fits, I'm breaking it in. Breaking it. All I really know is that I'll never know. I've been here for forever, don't know when to go. I think that indicates that I'm an indigo. In that case, I'm in the go. go. Green light, my heart, chakra booming. Solar plexus, Lexus zooming. You assuming that I'm human. I'm just being what you doing. I've been teaching teachers frequently. It's apparent I'm a parent when it comes to raising frequencies. The way I'm living life, I haven't rest in peace recently. Immortal with my technique, but my ego dying easily. Death is teasing me by leaving me with DMT. Now it seems to me that everything I see is seeing me. Life is just an infinite circle with a twist. I used to want to be like them, now they do not exist. Immortal.